Okay, so first question, can you tell me your name and surname and also tell me about this event?
I'm Richard Barnes. I'm the CEO of Worldwide Events, and we run M&I. We started M&I 21 years ago, and M&I are a series of trade shows for the mice industry, which are small and boutique and experiential, and above everything, they focus on connectivity between buyers and suppliers. So I think what we've done and managed to bring to the industry is a better class of event that leads to better return on investment for exhibitors and better return on time for buyers.
Next question is, what are the top trends currently shaping the global mice industry in 2025?
There are many. I think some of the things that I would highlight that's interesting at the moment. There are different segments of the mice sector, of course. If we look at the incentive sector, we've seen good growth in that over the last couple of years and see that continuing. That's set to continue for the following years. Incentives coming out of North America have been particularly strong. There's a little uncertainty politically at the moment that seems to be settling as well, but that's more relevant for some destinations than others. But the incentive market is being very strong. We're seeing an increasing rise in destinations who are broader destinations, people going further, particularly on the incentive side again. We are seeing an increase in secondary destinations as the industry, as the travel industry has boomed so much over the last few years. A lot of primary destinations are at high occupancy and with high rates through the leisure market, which makes it a little more challenging sometimes for the mice market. This is to the benefit of secondary destinations. We're seeing that planners and corporates are looking for late booking patterns, as they have done for a long time, but that seems to be particularly true at the moment, which again fuels the growth for secondary markets, because a lot of late demand, you just can't find the availability and the rates that you want in primary destinations as a result. So there's a few trends that we're noticing. Growth of AI in everything that's going on in both the organisation of events and increasing technology that's used at events.
Next question is, how is MI Forum evolving to meet the needs of today's business style and events planner?
The needs of the business and events planners, I mean, really, that's what we've been serving for the last 20 years. And we set our business up to be buyer-centric, to really focus on the needs of the buyer by giving them great experiences in great venues and trying to improve their return on time that they get from coming to a trade show. So coming to a lot of our trade shows is not just about the exhibitors and the suppliers that they meet, but it's also about experiencing the destination, the venues and the service providers firsthand through the eyes of their potential clients. How does a place actually cope with a dinner for 500 people, with activities for 200 people? And so I think that is a big part of it. How else are we serving their current needs? Our events are segmented, so the buyers get to choose the events that's with the suppliers, the exhibitors that they're going to meet with, which most closely meet their requirements. And we take them to new destinations. We have a variety of events. So we have different options for buyers to explore and find out new things, or return to places that they know well. But we're always trying to showcase the latest things that are going on in a destination. So it's always relevant for the buyers.
Amazing. What role does sustainability play to your strategy for future MICE events?
Sustainability plays a big role in our selection, both in terms of destination, venue, and the service providers that we use. We look carefully at their sustainability credentials and what they do. We have programs that run throughout our events. For example, around food. Food is a big one, to try to ensure that food is locally sourced, that wastage is minimised. I think it's a real issue at a lot in the event industry, which is wastage of food. You look at buffets. The problem with buffets is they are excessive. No one wants a buffet to run out, but running out is what should be happening. So we try hard to minimise wastage throughout the events. And to ensure that any food wastage is used responsibly in the local community. We look for all partners to see what they're doing in terms of minimising carbon footprint. We have offset programs that we contribute to and encourage our participants to contribute to as well. And we have various policies that run through our events, such as single-use plastic and recyclable materials. All of our signage, for example, has changed from the way that it would have been done in the past.
How is MI integrating technology and AI to enhance networking and matchmaking platforms?
Right. Well, I think, played a big part in the technology that's available today and running through most trade shows that are used. We developed our own technology about 18 years ago. We started that journey because nothing existed that did what we needed, which was about matchmaking and appointment scheduling. And so we created our own technology. There are now technology companies have caught up, and we joined forces with Grip, who we think are market leading in terms of the event technology solutions that they provide. So we joined forces and with our event scheduling technology, and we work closely with them on the future of all things and how that works. The engine that is used there is an AI engine to matchmake and find the best recommendations between buyers and suppliers. But technology is just part of the story for creating great sets of meetings. The rest is about how you use a meeting concierge service to really humanise it and make sure that all delegates who come to our events have got the optimum sets of meetings. But we use AI. Our events are segmenting, so we use AI to tell us in the first place who should be coming to the events on the buyer and supplier side, because of course the tool that's used to schedule the meetings can only be as good as is constrained by the potential that's there in the room in the first place, which is determined by how relevant buyers and suppliers are for each other.
Can you tell me what religions or markets are emerging as strong contenders in the global MICE landscape?
Right, interesting question. Again, it sort of depends on the MICE segment that you're looking at. Incentives, the incentive market, people are looking for new experiences continually, and we see great appetite for people going further afield. As I said earlier on, secondary destinations, both secondary cities within some established destinations, but also emerging destinations. I think it's a great opportunity as an emerging destination to get on the map at the moment. We are seeing, in terms of regions, Central and Latin America, Central and South America is growing considerably. Asia is growing considerably. Particularly of interest, I think, is the UAE. Dubai has been at the forefront of that growth, but Abu Dhabi is, we're partnering with Abu Dhabi because we see that as really an amazing destination set for the next decade. A global economic capital, which is growing in significance all the time in terms of tourism and particularly in terms of business events. And we get huge appetite for people wanting to know more about Abu Dhabi in particular, the UAE generally, and the whole of the Gulf region. So I think that area for us is particularly exciting and serves all segments of MICE.
How does MI form help destinations and suppliers stand out in an increasingly competitive space?
We help destinations stand out in an increasingly competitive space through highly targeted segmentation and by giving them great sets of business meetings, both in terms of quantity and in terms of quality. Quality of the buyers who are there. Our events are extremely targeted and exacting about the levels who come. But it's also, and I've touched on it a couple of times, about the relevancy between the buyers and suppliers. So, yeah, we give them the opportunity to stand out by giving them access to the buyers who have real business and real interest in their locations.
And the last question, what are your expectations for industry growth in 2025 and how is MI positioning itself to lead?
We are anticipating further growth in the industry, which I think is great. We have an exciting set of destinations for 25. I mean, we're really now everything for us. We're planning and about to announce what we've got in 2026. And we're bringing some new destinations into our portfolio and some new events to do that. Continuing on the segmentation journey, we are using AI increasingly to help us in selecting the right groups to come together in the first place. And as ever, and it's what we've done for 21 years, we focus on connections. And it's connections first and foremost, and I think we're the kings of connections.
Thank you so much.